28 ounces of our minute white rice. Next, I have my frozen broccoli, and this is 2 bags of frozen broccoli florets that we're adding right into our pan. Spread that out nice and easy. Now, in order for that rice to cook, we need some liquid, so we are using some beef broth, and we're gonna use this whole entire can of beef broth. We don't need too much liquid because as that broccoli cooks, it will add some more liquid to that rice. Perfect. Now, the star of the show is this beef shaved steak, and we are adding 2 packages of our beef shaved steak right into our pan. I probably needed a bigger pan, but it's too late now. There's no mixing for this, so at least there's that. I'm coming in with my tongs, and we're just gonna spread out our shaved steak right on top of our broccoli, our rice, and our broth. This is a super easy and delicious Asian-inspired meal that I think everyone will love. Now, if you don't like rice, you can skip the rice. If you don't like broccoli, you can change it out for asparagus or green beans, but this is gonna be a more traditional Asian dish, so the broccoli was what I wanted. All right. And of course, we have to season up our meat. So I'm starting off with some onion powder, and we are making sure to season this entire pan. I absolutely love onion powder, and I love it in this dish, but if you don't like onion powder, you can skip it. And onion powder's best friend, garlic powder, is coming in next. This is so great if you have a big potluck coming up, or if you want to feed a big family. You can cut this in half if you don't want as much, but I am feeding a crowd today. And this does need a little bit of salt. I know we have that broth in there, but that is not enough because we need to make sure our meat has some salt as well. And then, of course, lastly, some black pepper. But if you don't like any of these seasonings, you can skip them. If you're watching your sodium, you can skip the salt. But I love all these things, and I really think it's just gonna bring all the flavor to this dish. Now I have here the best teriyaki sauce you can buy, the P.F. Chang's teriyaki sauce, and we're gonna go ahead and drizzle that onto our entire dish. It's gonna seep through to the broccoli, to the rice. It's gonna marinate that steak, and I got more than 1 jar because that is a lot of meat. Coming in with the second jar, but like I said, you can cut this in half. Use 1 bag of broccoli, use the smaller box of minute rice, 1 container of the beef, and then only 1 bottle of the P.F. Chang's teriyaki. That's how you could adjust this, but I honestly think that this is gonna be so good that you'll want the leftovers. Last thing we're gonna add is some sesame seeds, and we are just gonna sprinkle that right on top. I know some people have allergies to sesame seeds, so you can leave them out, but I think this is just really gonna add that little crunch to the top of our dish, and that looks perfect. And this is ready. Okay, I have my teriyaki broccoli and beef ready for the oven. My oven is set to 350, and this is gonna cook in there for 35 to 40 minutes. All right, that was my 1.5 pounds of beef strips in my crock pot. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands. Now I'm bringing in my onion strips, and we're gonna put that right in there. This is about 1 onion sliced. I have 2 green bell peppers that I cut into slivers right in there with our onions and our beef. And then 2 red bell peppers that I slivered, all in our crock pot. All right, and I'm gonna move this slightly to the side and bring in my large measuring cup and my whisk. And we're gonna start off with some beef broth right in there. We are going to add 3 cups of beef broth right into our measuring cup. We're gonna make a quick sauce to go with those peppers and those onions and that steak. This is gonna be such an easy and delicious kind of classic steak dish. That looks good enough. The next thing we're gonna add to our broth is some soy sauce. I am using the less sodium, and we want about 1/4 cup in there. So let's just pour until we get that up to that 1/4. And I know that might seem like a lot, but that's why we did the less sodium, so that it's not too salty. And we also did the lesser sodium broth, so this is gonna be really, really tasty. I have here some light brown sugar that we're gonna add into this, and we're just gonna make sure to not splash that around, but we are gonna add a decent amount of light brown sugar into there to add some sweetness to combat that saltiness. Beautiful. Next thing I'm gonna add is my minced ginger, and we are going to just eyeball this as well. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of ginger in there, and then I'm gonna add some black pepper. And I like to do this all in a measuring cup and mix it together before we drizzle it on our crock pot, just so that everything can get evenly distributed. And we're doing some garlic powder in there. You guys know I cannot do a dinner without some garlic powder. And it may seem like a lot, but that is a big crock pot filled with all those goodness. So we have to make sure to get a lot of flavor. Last thing we're gonna add to this is a little bit of cornstarch, which will help thicken everything up. And I'm just gonna add like a spoonful, it's about a tablespoon right in there. And it is time to whisk this together. So we have our soy sauce, our broth, our brown sugar, our ginger, our seasonings. Oh my goodness, this is starting to smell so delicious. It came together so quickly, and I really think that you guys are going to love these flavors once they all get melded together and start cooking up in the crock pot. But I think that that is mixed pretty well. So let's go ahead and bring back our crock pot over, and let's drizzle this entire mixture right on top. Me, oh, look at all that ginger. Oh, perfect. Well, and last thing we're gonna add is some sesame seeds. I just feel like it complements all those flavors that we have in there. So I'm gonna do a nice little sprinkle, and then we're gonna give this a toss to make sure that everything is kind of in their places in the crock pot. All right, I'm just gonna grab my tongs, and we're just gonna toss everything, get some of that steak on the top, get some of those peppers on the bottom. Oh my goodness, this is gonna cook up so beautifully, and it's gonna taste amazing. I can already smell all those yummy flavors melding together. Yes, you can smell things without it starting to cook. That is a thing. When you open up your soy sauce bottle, you can smell the soy sauce. So that's what I'm talking about when I say it smells so good. So let's just keep getting this a mix until we feel like we're happy with the distribution. All right, and that is ready. And we are gonna pop this one on low so that it can be ready for dinner time. 12 ounces of frozen broccoli, all in our 9x13. 24 ounces of our frozen pot stickers. I'm using the chicken and vegetable ones, but you can use whatever pot stickers you like. Now I have here some shredded carrots, and we're gonna sprinkle a little bit in there. And you can use whatever veggies you like. I just like these few delicious veggies, but you could do some bell peppers. You could do whatever you like. I am gonna add some white onion, and this is half of a white onion that I cut up and diced. But if you don't like onion, you can skip it. This is gonna be a super easy, super delicious Asian-inspired dinner. Now I have my stir-fry mushrooms, and we're gonna put a lot of these because my husband loves mushrooms, and we're putting that all in our pan. This is gonna be so flavorful, so delicious, a real crowd pleaser. I personally love Asian-inspired dishes because they are so flavorful, so unique, and so easy to make. And of course, we're gonna season this. I have my onion powder. You can season this however you like, but I wanna make sure that we don't steer too far off from the flavors that we are going for. I know I did fresh onion, but I love fresh onion with onion powder. And then we have some garlic powder. Now with garlic powder, you can do fresh garlic, but I think that this gets more evenly distributed than the fresh garlic. So we're just doing a nice little sprinkle of that. And then my personal favorite, some crushed red pepper, but if you don't like the heat, you can skip it. I always say that, but I like a little kick, especially with this dish. It is so easy to make. You can make it on a weekday. You can make it up for a lunch. It is super fast, super yummy, and everyone loves it. Now this is a savory dish, so I'm gonna add some crushed black pepper, just a nice generous amount because this is a hearty, large serving, so we want to make sure that everything gets nice and seasoned well. And now we do need some sauce, and I found this sesame teriyaki. You can use whatever kind of Asian inspired sauce you prefer, but I really wanted to try this one today. You could also make your own sauce. This recipe actually calls for a homemade sauce, but I wanted this to be super easy, super convenient, and something that everyone can make. So we are just adding that whole entire jar of sauce, and this jar is about 13.8 ounces. And once we have that all in our pan, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of water in our jar. All right, I filled up my jar about halfway with some water. We're gonna put the lid on real quick and give this a nice little shake so that we get all of that delicious sauce. But this is just gonna help our dish cook nice and evenly, and we're just pouring that water in here. It will help steam everything up. We have all that frozen veggies that we need to get nice and cooked. All right, that looks so delicious. Now it is time to mix this up. We want to make sure that everything gets coated in that sauce, in that seasoning. Oh, it smells so good. I'm excited to see how that sesame teriyaki tastes. But you could use a sweet and sour. You can use regular teriyaki. I love the P.F. Chang's sauces, but this one that I just used is a little bit more affordable, so that's why I chose it. And you could also add a little bit more soy sauce. I might do that the end product because it does look a little less saucy than I would prefer, but I think this is still gonna be super yummy. So we're just making sure that everything gets nice and mixed together. I think that was pretty simple to mix, and we are just gonna flatten that out. All right, perfect. All right, and we do want this to steam, so we're gonna cover it up with foil before we put it into the oven. I do have my oven set to 350, just the easy standard 350, and this is ready. My oven is set to 350, and it's gonna bake in there for about 40 minutes. All right, we just took this out of the oven, and I did end up leaving it in there for 45 minutes, but it is time to try. Before we dig in, I am going to grab some green onions and just garnish our beef and broccoli ever so lightly. This is optional. You can use some chives. You can do whatever you want with this, but I just think that the freshness will just really add to the dish and make it feel complete. And yes, I did wash my green onions. I just like to keep the rubber band on there so that it's easier to cut. All right, maybe like one more cut right here. Perfect. All right, the moment we've been waiting for. Time to give it a try. I am so excited. The beef is perfectly cooked. Those broccoli pieces have fully cooked, and the rice looks absolutely delicious. Oh yeah, that is amazing. You guys have to give this a try. All right, it's been 6 hours on low. Let's turn this off and check it out. Oh my goodness, our pepper steak in the crock pot is perfectly done. Those onions are perfectly done, the bell peppers, and it smells incredible. My whole house smells so good. All right, it is time to serve this up. Oh, you could serve this over some rice or noodles, over some mashed potatoes. That looks incredible. Oh my goodness.
Smells delicious.
Oh yeah, and look, it's like just falling apart too because it's so tender. All right. Wow. Wow. That is so good. It's seasoned perfectly. It's tender. Those bell peppers are sweet. You guys are really gonna like this. All right, I took this out and let it sit for just like 5 minutes. Let's check it out. Ooh, see a little bit of steam going on. Smells so good. I did say I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce, but this is optional. I'm just gonna do a nice little drizzle. You can put it on the side for anyone else, but I think that it needs a little bit of soy sauce. Perfect. And then last but certainly not least, we have our green onion, and you already know we're just gonna cut it right on top because that is how I like to do things. Just a quick little snip snap of our green onion on top of our dish. My bowl and fork ready to serve. Oh, everything is cooked perfectly. And if you wanted to do a little sear on your pot stickers, I think that would be also very tasty, but I'm just gonna go for it. Oh yeah, those are cooked beautifully. Oh yeah, delicious.